When is it okay to kill a child? You would probably say when?
Before it's born.
You would say it's okay to, okay, so your opinion would be that it's okay to kill a child before it's born. So you think that...
So it's certain, because for abortions it's up to a certain age.
So when,
I don't know exactly what.
so who gets to decide that?
The mother.
The mother. Okay, so the mother decides if the life is valuable or not. What about if the mother decides that the 2-year-old's life isn't valuable? Why should she be told no?
That's different.
How is it different?
Because this is already alive.
So if the baby's already alive, what are they aborting? What are they killing? All right, what do you think about our sign?
Abortion?
Yeah.
I always see YouTube videos about this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's wrong. Of course it's wrong. You're killing a baby.
Yeah.
An unborn baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
But a lot of people don't want to hear that.
They don't. That's why truth sounds like hate to those who hate truth, right? The other side of that sign says that. Yeah. By your own admission, you're a lying thief, adulterer, and murderer at heart, and a blasphemer, right? So when you stand before God, would you be innocent or guilty of keeping His commandments?
I guess guilty.
Okay, so if you're guilty, where should God send you, heaven or hell?
I guess I'm going to hell.
Okay, is that true that it's okay to kill a child? Or is that your opinion?
I think it's true.
Okay, so if it is true, and you think it's true, what about somebody who says, I don't think that's true? Who's right? You're right, okay. And so where does truth come from? You? So you ultimately decide what's right and wrong or what's true. And so if that was true, you could decide that if a 2-year-old wasn't viable, you're like, you should be able to decide if it's true that that 2-year-old could live or die, because you're the highest authority of what's right and wrong and what's true. So basically you're God. You get to decide what's right and wrong, what's true, and if a person lives or dies. Is that what you're telling me?
When it comes to the fetus, the unborn child.
So when it comes to a human child, yes. Okay. So what did God do for you so you don't have to go to hell?
He sent Jesus down to die for us.
There you go. For God so loved the world, He sent His one and only Son, that whoever believes in Him won't perish but have everlasting life. So we're saved because of what Christ did. And so the whole point of this exercise is, Adam, I want you to understand that you will never get into heaven because you were good. You get into heaven because Christ was good. And Jesus said, if you love me, you'll obey me. So if you love the Lord Jesus Christ for saving you, for coming to earth and dying on that cross, then you owe Him your life. And that's where the obedience comes from. It's from the love and respect of what He did for you on the cross. So I just plead with you to love and obey Christ. Follow His voice. Read the Bible. Obey what you read.
I've been reading it now.
Okay, good. How about I don't want a baby because I'm too young. Is it okay to kill a baby because of that reason?
I think it is.
So it's okay to sacrifice your child.
Yes.
So Jesus said in John 14:15, He said, if you'll love me, obey me. You'll obey my commandments. And then in John 14:21, just six verses later, He says, those who love me obey my commandments. So it's kind of like a marriage. If we love our wives, we don't cheat on them. If we love Christ, we got to be loyal. We got to obey Him. And then He says, and whoever loves me obeys me, and whoever obeys my commandments is loved by the Father, and I will reveal myself to them. So if you want to have Christ revealed to you, if you want to get to know Him, if you want to be close to Him and have that relationship, it really is a matter of the heart. If we love Him, we obey Him, and if we obey Him, He reveals Himself to us and we're close to Him. If we go away from Him towards sin, it separates us from Him, and we need to instantly confess that and forsake it, or we're dying, because Christ is the source of life. So we want to stay close to Him. There's not any human.
Also, in my opinion, since you're a man, you have no say.
Okay, so if I was a man out here saying, hey, I think women should have abortions, would you come up to me and say, hey, you're a man, I don't think you should have an opinion on abortion?
If you're okay with people having an abortion, that means you respect your choice.
How about I say, hey, I'm a man, and I believe people should have abortions, men should be able not have to pay child support. So
That's
men,
different.
what about my choice?
That's so
What about my
different.
choice? Hey,
Oh my God.
hey, you know, my body, my choice. Why are you taking tax money from me from the abortion? I mean, it's really that ridiculous.
Different.
No, it's not. It's just another opinion. It's like your opinion. It's just as valid. And so that's what happens when we enter the debate on opinions, and we get rid of objective morality. But objective morality comes from God. Truth comes from God. And I could tell you that if you killed your child through abortion, the sin is actually called murder. No darkness in him. He's light.
So is it enough to just ask for forgiveness, or should we get like baptized?
Well, we're saved by faith alone. So Christ alone saves us. But one of the steps of obedience is baptism. So we should want to get baptized. Like we would want to follow him in that. So it's a good sign if we want to be baptized. It's not a great sign if we go, I don't want to be baptized. No big deal, right? Yeah. So, but dipping yourself in water isn't what saves you. It's Christ that saves you. And when you're saved, you're going to have that desire to obey him, and you're going to want to go be baptized. But you give him all the glory for everything you do good, because he's the one that ultimately is drawing you towards that.
Somebody was raped.
Okay.
And they got pregnant.
Yeah.
You want them to have that child? A constant reminder of what happened to them?
Why would we kill the baby instead of the rapist?
And why would somebody have to go through pain?
So I would say, let's kill the.
Constantly remind them of what happened.
You know that there's lots of mothers that have been raped and had their children, and it doesn't constantly remind them. There's actually healing, because that's a different person. I mean, are you going to hate your children because you? I mean, do you know women who like divorce from their husbands and they hate their husbands? Maybe do they hate their children?
That's different.
It's no different. That person's a different person.
It's different. It's so different.
So what other crime is there where we would kill the kid for the crime of their dad? I mean, is rape the only one you could think of, or could you think of another crime where we kill the kid for the crime of their dad?
Well,
because why aren't we killing the rapists? And you know what abortion does? It hides the evidence. So sometimes these rapists, they get away with it because the DNA of that baby is destroyed at like a Planned Parenthood.
it's